Soon their CEO had stepped down, and their stock price had now sunk to just under $2 a share.
Ooh.
By early the next year, a bankruptcy judge had approved a $5.2 million plan by the company's largest shareholder, chairman, to sort of reinvent the brand. And now that brings us to today, with Sears implementing this new plan. With the company's
Well, then around here, it's like the Sears is Kmart. There's a Kmart in Marshall, Michigan. Something's left, Jake. She told you.
Now focusing on more specific retail, even opening some new small Sears and Home stores.
Furniture wanted.
Former Sears hometown stores. However, to do this, the company still needs to continue its immense downside, announcing store closures seemingly every month and cutting thousands of jobs.
Yeah, our Kmart just shut down altogether.
The entirety of Sears Holdings was
We
actually
had
taken
two-
over by an equity firm
First, Bell Creek shut down, then Ford shut down earlier this last year. About a year ago, Ford shut down.
Sears and Kmart, plus all of their subsidiaries. And because of the
He's still around.
they don't disclose financial information, which means publicly, no one really knows how Sears is doing now. The company went from over 2,400 stores in 2005 within the United States and Canada to now under just 150 stores. And those staggering figures don't even include Kmart. With store closures of that magnitude across North America, there are literally hundreds of closed and abandoned Sears stores. Many of them I've actually visited within malls which aren't able to fill the massive square footage. Some malls, even back in the 60s and 70s, were named after their main anchor store, and then when Sears left years later, they had to depressingly change their name, like the Sears Town Mall in Titusville, Florida, which is now called the Titusville Mall. Some shopping centers weren't even able to stay open with their largest anchor gone, and some were abandoned altogether. It's a grim and staggering reminder of how impactful the company was. It accounted for a lot of other people's rental income, and the closures really affected a lot of things down the chain. When you take a step back from all of this, it is truly staggering what happened. It really is hard to comprehend how enormous Sears was and how influential it was in retail, shopping malls, catalog sales, and the average North American shopper. Sears had scaled themselves to pioneer a new retail format, to help popularize what is now known as the big box store. There was a time from the 1920s to about 2007 where the average shopper would head to Sears for whatever they may need around the home. But as the company failed to adapt, they didn't change and passed off their competitors as not a large risk. They didn't see the potential in internet sales and were slow to follow suit rather than the other traditional retailers. Their clunky corporate structure had only made things worse, and trying to manage two mega retailers with literally thousands of stores and employees proved to be a liability rather than an asset.
Online was always much cheaper than in the store, and also the mall locations had different prices than our store, and that wasn't just because of the franchise. That was just like hometown stores, outlet stores, and then malls had different prices based on the catalogs and the magazines that would send us. So there was customers that we would again have to price match online prices, or we would tell them, hey, buy it at this kiosk over here, and then just do it as a pickup, which is just a really crappy way to do business. Along with like outdated systems from like the 80s, which would be really slow at times, and there was a time when they ran an update on them and they became slower. Like that was just bad business right there. We would have lines pile up if we had a lot of customers, and that looked bad. One thing I noticed with like the mall location over here is they would have lots of missing product everywhere that was empty.
Windows 95 to Windows
They
10
were
XP,
behind all the time,
which was like
the internet craze. They were extremely behind, and I think that was just that just set them up for failure. After I left, it was the management more or less stayed the same until about mid 2015. Some people left, and then the franchise owner sold that Sears back to corporate, and it became a corporate Series. In the fall of 2016, I heard rumors that we were going to close it from still working to still do there, and the very start of 2017, they bam, closing sales, and yeah, that was it.
I think the fall of Sears can best be visualized by their stock price. At their height in 2007, trading over $140 a share, and in just a little over a decade, the company ended trading at 20 cents a share. Since 2010, the company had continuously lost money. Sears was once the largest retailer in the world, only to make a spectacular fall into what it is today, all while bringing down another mega brand, closing thousands of stores, and
What's
laying
the left
off
here?
literally hundreds of thousands of employees. Today, even the towering monument Sears had built as their head office is now renamed as the Willis Tower, no longer the tallest building in America. I think most people can.
I've been
remember
there.
back
I've been
to
to Sears
some
Tower.
connection or memory they had with the retail.
About 3 months, 6 months later, it changed to Will's Tower.
Canadian counterpart, but I sort of have a weird, deeper connection to the company. The condo building, which I have lived in for almost 3 years, was literally themed after the now historic Sears merchandising tower in Chicago. Sort of interesting, isn't it? I've literally been living in something that was themed after Sears. While the brand itself today is still very valuable, and it likely won't ever fully fade away, the disintegration of Sears will likely go
Toys
down
R Us,
as the largest
Iceland.
retail collapse in history. An almost 130-year-old company, which
Toys
most
R
people
Us,
can now
Iceland,
visit
YouTube.
by the abandoned stores that were left behind.
I remember Iceland. I remember Toys R Us when I was younger. I don't remember it now, but I went to Toys R Us. I was like 7 or 7. You know, like 7, I think. No, you weren't. I was right. I was at least 8. Now, I'm thinking, okay, guys, back when I was younger, I remember going to Toys R Us when I was younger. The last time I went to Toys R Us, I was at least 8 years old. And there goes my camera again. Now, say the reason I put the camera up because I'm not going to be filming right now. The other day, someone asked me, do I remember, the other day, someone asked me, do you remember Toys R Us? I said, yes, I remember Toys R Us. I went there when I was like, last time I went there was like 8 years old. So you've been to Toys R Us before. You go there a lot. Remember, last time I was there was when I was 8 years old. You wish still could go there? I can go there. All you need is a passport. That's not appropriate. I know. Toys R Us, okay. If you're from the 90s, if you're a kid from the 90s, you know what Toys R Us is. If you're not a kid from the 90s, then no, you don't. I heard rumors that Toys R Us came back, which I'm happy it did, because Toys R Us was a company that should have never died off, period. Toys R Us, I can go to Toys R Us, all they do is just go to Iceland or go to a different country that has one. They're all gone in the US and Canada, as he thought. There's only 2 now, and the US still open now. Target did a partnership with them. Well, if I was part of Target and I wanted to buy Toys R Us, I would have bought it.
You guys know we love Toys R Us, but unfortunately they all closed. But right now, we're in Iceland, and look what we found! Toys R Us! It's still open! Let's go back! Hurry! How is this possible?
It's closed.
Guys, we don't know what these signs mean. Are they open?
Does this mean like Monday through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Today's Friday. It's 10:56, so either way, they gotta open up now.
At 11.
Toys.
Iceland's very rainy too, so they have a glass covering for the carts.
Look at these carts.
They're locked.
Oh, they're all locked up. So beautiful. So is this so they don't blow away?
Yeah.
So this is like Aldi's.
Inside. Look at all those toys.
We're gonna be the first customers in here. You guys not realize you all have been closed?
In the US, not Canada.
The door is
US is mostly Canada. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Guys. Yes! First one's in. Which way do we go?
Is this the entrance? Yeah, you guys go first.
Alright, let's go.
Welcoming.
Thank you.
Oh, dude, this is so crazy. Me and Andrew on the way here were wondering, we're like, are they gonna have different toys here, or are they gonna have like the stereotypical like,
Dude, known toys.
oh, if they have like a very rare toy, maybe we should get it.
Banana surprise.
Puts bananas.
Yeah.
Instantly fills up bananas with yummy flavors.
Or we can use that as a challenge. Fill it up with nasty ketchup flavors.
Oh yeah. Here's how you can tell like if a product's from America or not. You can tell this is specifically Icelandic because of all the different languages.
Oh yeah.
Most toys don't have all that sort of thing. You saying I'm worth 5.5 kroners?
5,000.
Oh,
5,000.
Okay. Why
That's
is
like
it
$40 US.
Because this stuff must be ultra popular
Here's
here.
the deal, guys. We gotta get to the bottom of if this store is gonna be closing or not, or if this is just staying open forever.
Alright, we need to find employees.
Okay, guys, we're here with some Toys R Us employees. Guys, we have a question. So in America, all of the Toys R Us are closed forever. Why is this one still open?
Meningen vi säger där, liksom. Alltså meningen vi säger där. Ja, ni måste säga för er.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a different company that owns this store.
Oh,
They own like a few Toys R Us things. So like they do not own the name, but they own the right to the name in
oh.
Iceland. So like Denmark and other countries.
So this Toys R Us is gonna stay open.
Yeah, that's one move.
Yes!
We're gonna come back all the time. Yeah, we were sad because in America, we went to the very last day of the Toys R Us in our city was open. They closed forever and we're selling all the toys and all the kids were like sad. And then we saw this and we're like, yes. But there you go, guys. That's more info. If you're in Iceland, this Toys R Us
That
is
truck's
open
jacked
forever.
up.
Look at this Icelandic seesaw.
I like an Iceland one of
Imagine
these.
that in your backyard for Barrett.
Even though in Iceland they do not have McDonald's in Iceland.
Yeah, probably break your
Dude,
Restaurants,
I would totally get these for our backyard.
yeah,
I feel like Tenley would like
restaurants in
love
Iceland.
this. It's an art project.
Oh.
Plate.
Restaurants in Iceland, USA. Too.
Quick, go challenge. Go.
U.S. restaurants in Iceland. YouTube. U.S. restaurants in Iceland. YouTube.
Alright, it's time to vote. Grab your ballot and drop it in the box.
Drop it like it's
Why are the people doing this black?
Use the drop box. Well,
All you need to launch a cold skate brand. Honestly, as long as you have a logo that looks good on.
We are here again. Another week of helpful Iceland video is upon us, and I am so happy to be with you because we have a fun topic. What are the differences between Iceland and the United States? I'm going to tell you some of the insider things that I've learned living in Iceland that you might not know, and I want to tell you about them. I just love hanging out with you, teaching things about Iceland. Shall we begin?
I lived in Russia. I do the same thing. I lived in
Hey
Russia.
Team Iceland, my name is Jeannie and I am your tour guide for all things Iceland planning. If you are new around here, then go ahead and hit the old subscribe button that's below, the big bright red button. That's because every week I put out helpful Iceland videos to make your trip planning smooth as easy as pie. Today we're talking about the differences between the United States and Iceland. Let's get into it. So first up is, in general, you're going to have to ask for the bill at a restaurant. The eating culture is a lot more relaxed in Iceland, and so Icelanders will commonly spend their time just casually eating and enjoying each other's company and not be rushing off right away at the end of the meal. Also, the restaurant does not care about quickly turning over that table and rushing you out the door, which is really nice, I think. So don't be surprised if you're sitting there and you've finished your meal and you're just kind of like, where's the bill? Usually you're gonna have to ask for it. Also, they usually make you pay for that bill at the front. So even if they do bring the bill to your table, they usually don't take your credit card from you at that time as well. This is of course a little bit different from place to place, but a lot of times it's pretty common for them to just say, just come on up to the front and you can pay there. Next, Icelanders keep a little bit more to themselves. Now this does not mean that they are unfriendly by any means. If you go up to an Icelander, whether it be a tour guide or at a restaurant, they're going to be friendly without a doubt. They're some of the most lovely people I've ever met. But don't be surprised if they're a little more standoffish or just a little bit different than you are used to in the US. Okay, this next step is really, really important. It is so difficult to buy over-the-counter medication in Iceland. When you walk into like Walmart or Walgreens or CVS or Target in the US, then you can buy cold medicine and ibuprofen and decongestant and basically almost anything that you would need. This is not the case in Iceland. That stuff is behind the counter. And I know a lot of times when you're traveling, you're feeling a little run down or you pick up a cold and you just want to run to the pharmacy and grab a decongestant. It's not going to happen. This is important. I always recommend to just bring your own prescriptions, medications, headache medicine, anything that you could possibly imagine needing when you are on your trip, because it's really hard to get that stuff in Iceland. Next up, the hours. The hours for stores are so different in Iceland. Even the grocery store and the gas stations. This was a huge, huge surprise to me when I first moved to Iceland, and I was like, what? You guys close the grocery store at 6 o'clock p.m.? What if someone forgot to get milk? Doesn't matter. It's closed. I talk about this a lot before in my grocery store video, so if you haven't watched that yet, make sure to check it out here. In general, expect the hours to be very, very different. So the stores will open a bit later and they close a lot earlier. The drinking age in Iceland is 20 years of age, and that means that you can purchase alcohol and you can also buy an alcoholic drink in a bar at the age of 20. 20-year-olds rejoice. A lot of families that I'm planning these custom Iceland trips for are asking me, Jeannie, can I bring my 17-year-old son or daughter in the bar with us? If we're going out, even if they're not drinking, can they come in? This is going to be different from place to place. Usually, bars will let people in at the age of 18. As far as going out for clubs and really heavy partying late into the night, they're going to be pretty strict on asking for proof of age. Always check with the place, but in general, if the establishment that you're going to serves food and alcohol, then of course all ages are welcome. Last but not least, you guys, alcohol is so expensive. It's so different than the US. This is even at the liquor stores, not just the bars where they upcharge things. The reason for this is because the Icelandic government has a monopoly on alcohol sales. Beer sometimes can be found in the grocery stores, but things like liquor and wine, that is going to be sold at.
A beer costs $3.25, which I'm gonna rewind it because that's just weird. $5 for a bottle of beer.
So different than the US. This is even at the liquor stores, not just the bars where they upcharge things.
I can get a bottle of beer at Myers like $2.
Because the Icelandic government has a monopoly on alcohol sales. Beer sometimes can be found in the grocery.
You want a bottle of one bottle of basic beer, $3.25 American. Okay, that's not bad.
Stores, but things like liquor and wine,
one bottle of gold beer, $5 US. That's a little pricey for me. I can get a bottle of good stuff. I mean, I can get a 40-ounce bottle of beer at the petrol station down the road for me for about $4. And that's for a 12-ounce bottle. I can go to the petrol station down the road. I mean, I can go to the petrol station down the road or the liquor store down the road and get a 40-ounce of beer for like $4 something for a big bottle of beer. It's a little pricey for a.
Is going to be sold at the one and only store called Vinbuden. Because of that monopoly, the prices are insane. So I always
What the
recommend
fuck? What the hell?
to my people, when you arrive in Iceland, before you leave the airport, just stop at duty free and stock up. There's going to be a maximum amount of things
Damn.
that you can buy per person.
$49 for a bottle? What's that
Buy as
a
much
box?
as you can at the airport, so you can bring it along with you, so you can hang out in the hotel or before you head out to the rest. The age of 18. As far as going out for clubs and really heavy partying late into the night, they're going to be pretty strict on asking for proof of age. Always check with the place, but in general, if the establishment that you're going to serves food and alcohol, then of course all ages are welcome. Last but not least, you guys, alcohol is so expensive. It's so different than the US. This is even at the liquor stores, not just the bars, where they upcharge things.
Bar's not that
The
bad.
reason for this is because
I used to go to the bar all the time. Well, I even went to beer too. That's why I get discount.
alcohol sale. Beer sometimes can be found in the grocery
3-quarter.
store, things like liquor and
Basic.
wine. That is
Good
gonna be
bottle,
sold
$5.
at the one and only store called
Oh,
Vinbuden.
red wine, $16. The stuff we got here in the US.
So
A
I
3-liter box of
would
wine,
recommend
$50 for a 3-liter box of wine.
before you leave the airport,
The name brand brand we have in the US is $16.
there's going to be a maximum amount of things that you can buy per person, but buy as much
I don't
as you
drink,
can
so.
at the airport so you can bring it along with you, so you can hang out in the hotel or before you
I don't drink,
head out to
so.
restaurants, because you will save so much
How much does a
money.
Coke cost?
It's so expensive, but it's not going to stop anyone from having a great time. All right, my dear friends, those are your 7 main differences between Iceland and the US.
Grocery
If
store in
you found this
Iceland
video helpful,
versus
I would
US.
really appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. And also, don't forget to subscribe, because remember, I am putting out
US grocery store versus Iceland grocery store. US will cancel.
And that's awesome. I will see you guys next week. And as always, happy planning.
What do you say? US versus Iceland grocery stores. YouTube. Okay, this is the same person. I'll watch it. She's interesting.
We are here again. Another week of helpful Iceland video is
US versus
So happy to be with you
Cancel.
because we have a fun topic. What are the differences between Iceland and the United States? I'm going to tell you some of the insider things that I've learned.
Well-being. Watch for Pet's Sake with Dr. Devin Smith.
US grocery store versus Iceland grocery store. YouTube.
It's sponsored by Coldfield GMC. After 30 years of
She's interesting. I'm gonna do some more B stars later. No, nope, she's not the person I used last. US versus Iceland grocery store. YouTube.
If you've never been to an Iceland food warehouse,
I'm gonna stick with what I usually watch. The person I watched last time. US versus Iceland. US versus Iceland. US tube.
we hear a lot of dating.
US versus Iceland. YouTube.
All right, time for you to go to work. 3 more consonants, 1 more vowel.
Almost 7:30 already? Wow. Time flies when you're not doing nothing, does it? We might do some Forza later, guys. Here's what I wanted to look up. I should have done her I should subscribe to her channel. I'm going to. My ease on me to get shit I want to watch done.
Save $900 a year on bottled water.
We are here again. Another week of helpful Iceland video is upon us.
Okay, so here, I'm going to hear down her name. On my phone here. It was done 2 years ago, so who knows? Okay, I'm going to go to her channel. Maybe that'll be easier for me. Here we go.
Hang on. That did not happen.
One more I'm going to leave. There, on her channel. Okay, this one I want to see real quick.
Hey guys, it's Jeannie, and today we are talking about groceries and saving money in Iceland. We all know that Iceland is expensive. I know. I live here. I deal with it every day. I try to remind myself when thinking about the
Sounds
prices
like
in
sounds
Iceland
like Colorado.
that I live on an island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean that's covered in lava.
That's about the size of the state of
It's expensive
Colorado
to buy food.
or Kansas.
Because you can't grow things in lava. Fun fact for you, when we moved to Iceland, our grocery bill tripled. So,
Instead of $100, it's
since then, I've
300
trips,
bucks.
tips, things like that to help you. My best advice is to go to a grocery store. Main grocery stores in Iceland are called Kronan and Bonus. But those grocery stores don't open until 10 a.m.
What the hell?
What are you guys doing? Like, until 10. It's fine. It's fine. So 10 o'clock. One thing I know is even if you drive out of Reykjavik, you still will have access to grocery stores. So don't worry, if you are planning on starting your road trip right away, you'll be able to stop at Bonus. Is in a lot of the small towns around Iceland. There's also a gas station that's called N1, and they surprisingly have full grocery
Hello?
stores at some of them. So don't worry if
Hello?
you have to leave Reykjavik right away. You
Yeah.
will come to find more grocery stores. What are my tips? Jeannie's tips.
Yeah, I'm watching something very interesting.
Tips by Jeannie. What are my big?
The difference between the U.S. and Iceland. It's pretty interesting. This woman said that a bottle of wine, right? How much does a bottle of wine usually cost? How much does a bottle of wine usually cost in the U.S.? Just say like some name brand stuff. Iceland, $16. Guess how much a bottle of box wine costs in Iceland? $50. For 3 liters of a box wine, 50 bucks. That's pricey. Yeah, a box of wine in Iceland, 50 bucks. Here in the U.S. it's like 20 bucks. Here in the U.S. A bottle of wine goes for 16.
Yeah.
A box goes for $50.
Yeah, well, then that's not expensive wine, because I think the box wine is a big old thing, ain't it?
3 liters. That's almost a gallon. Yeah, about 3 liters. That's about a gallon.
Yeah.
Guess how much a beer goes for?
What?
$3 for for a Bud Light. $3 for a 12-ounce bottle. But like some real Blue Ribbon wine,
Yeah.
like Blue Ribbon beer, $5 for a 12-ounce bottle of Blue Ribbon.
Wow.
I can go to Shell and get a 40-ounce of beer for like $4.
Oh.
I know that's expensive, isn't it? For a 12-ounce bottle of beer for some good stuff, like Blue Ribbon or something, $5. Yeah. So, how are you guys doing?
All right.
What?
All right.
What?
I think.
Okay.
When your mom gets up, just tell her, give me a call.
Okay.
What time she lay down?
Around 5.
Oh.
We were watching some stuff on 66.
Mike, she's gonna knock that pillow off.
What pillow?
Oh, the dog.
Oh.
Trying to get underneath the pillow on the couch.
Sleep it, see.
So, well, alright, you take it easy.
Okay.
Alright.
Talk to you later. Bye. I went to the library. I just found. Oh, I was talking to John, my grandmother. Yeah, I was in the library too, John. I did a video earlier. I'm watching some weird stuff, John. Now, if you're just killing time, maybe do some more Forza later. Just bought some new books from the library. I mean, bought some. Ow! From Larry's. I'm just goofing off, John.
Biggest tips is to bring a soft-sided cooler. This.
I'll bring my actual cooler.
Soft-sided cooler from Trader Joe's.
Looks like a bag.
Not sponsored.
Looks like a bag I get.
Super easy because it can pack.
I have one of those bags. It's special books on the side of it.
So you can put it in your luggage. Buy some ice. Keep some of your
I'm gonna-
cold food in here cold.
I'm reading some B-Stars, John.
Bring in the soft-sided cooler. Okay.
What?
So,
I can't.
are we ready to go grocery shopping?
No, I hit them. I bought these. Bought these two from Lowry's. And I bought a new B-Stars book too.
Oh my gosh, look at the sky.
Wow.
This is amazing.
Oh my god, I have.
I think I'm gonna try and get a 10.
Cut. My phone has gone fritzy. My phone has gone fritzy right now, John. My phone gone fritzy.
You really like fruit. A really good alternative is to buy frozen fruit. So
I bet.
there's strawberries, blackberries, raspberries.
Oh, my butt hurts. Oh. Can I see the new books? Old car books, John. I bought for like $9 at Lowry's. I'll show you guys right now so you guys get off my butt. They're old books, John. I might use one of these books. Now until November, John. I've been reading books. I'm not reading, read them, John. Put them on YouTube later. I got the first 8 books. I'll be getting 9 in November. I just ordered it. Huh. When I'm watching this thing, I'm gonna do some racing.
I used to have it. It's so good, you guys. You have to buy this. We'll get a little.
$8 for a pound of meat. These are all Beast books I own, John. A pack of 5 hot dogs is that much? Damn, that's expensive. I know. I know. Oh, okay. Now, new Beast books? Nope, not much. Hey, John, we're going to have a chicken. $7. Wow. Okay, that's typically what it costs in the U.S. Okay. A block of cheese. Worth $18 for cheese. 3 1/4 for jam. Cheerio, $3 to $5. Oatmeal, $1.50. $2.40 for a can of tuna. 80 cents. I can get a can of tuna for 50 cents at 80 Star. Pasta sauce, $3.50. Rice, 80 cents. I can get cheap noodles, ramen, $1.20. Nutri-Grain granola, $2.80. I can get like a gluten-free options, crackers and stuff, more expensive than extreme. Candy.
Whole bag of my favorite candies. Let me introduce you to my favorite road tripping snack. This is not your average popcorn, you guys. This is the most delicious popcorn in the entire world. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Please, please, please try it when you come here. It's so cheap. This is like $1 for this bag.
I hate that show. Potato chips, oh, that's not bad. $2 for potato chips. Doritos, $2. Cracker, $1. Those are cheap. Cookies, $1.25. $1.75. Coffee, $5.50. Tea, $5.50. That's all the same price as it costs in the US. A 2-liter pop, $2. That's what it costs usually at Myers. Fanta. Viking beer. 1 can, $2. A bottle, $3 1/4. Good stuff, $5. Wine, $16. Box of wine, $50. I told you. I paid $30 for a box of wine at the liquor store. Don't watch this crazy person. Oh, I want to watch that. I wouldn't mind watching that. I don't care. I just want to see someone real quick and get out of this shit. Gas station, I'm done. And there's some racing.
My name is Jeannie, and this is the best place to be if you're planning a trip to Iceland.
Nope.
Today, I'm excited to talk to you about the topic of gas stations in Iceland. Who knew we'd be talking about gas stations? Our whole video.
Proper term,
But
petrol
it's
station.
honestly a question that I get.
I'm gonna be doing it later, guys.
So I really wanted to talk about it, but not only just like gas stations, but 5 things you didn't know about the gas stations in Iceland. Now,
And
this
some
video
states
is
in New
not
Jersey can't put their own fuel.
but especially for those of you that are doing a self-drive trip, because you're going to be frequenting the gas stations a lot, right? If you're driving a car around the island, then it's going to be that you need to stop often for fuel. But obviously, we use gas stations for other things like toilets and food and all of the things. So today we're going to dive deep into this topic and talk about all of the good stuff. But before we do,
What, John? yeah, I didn't see that Walmart, and my buddy who does Digimon with me didn't talk about it. So I don't know about that, John. I was at Walmart today, John. I didn't see it at Walmart today. I was just at Walmart today. I was at Walmart today buying some stuff. I don't want to buy. I mean, I was at Walmart today buying some stuff couldn't buy at Myers, so I didn't see it. I was buying biscuits today at Walmart. I didn't see nothing at that, John. I was also in the phone area too, so I didn't see nothing. I did see something that I could not believe. I did hear something from someone that something's coming soon. Something's been over a year to come, so I can't say what it is though. It doesn't come this year, then I'm going to say to get it. Oh well. I'll be right back. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Your mother called me.
Yeah.
What you? Bad. I don't know. You did. Almost done what I'm doing. Not. I won't be done for a little bit. I was looking at that, John. John, I own the movie, John. I already own the movie. Digimon the movie. I own it. I'm not seeing that anytime soon. I don't know if I'm drunk or high.
Time for a little Instagram love. This week's comment comes from Ellen, and she writes, "Hey Jeannie, we want to thank you for the wonderful honeymoon we've had to Iceland. Your map made everything so easy for us. Thank you for all of your recommendations. We couldn't have done it without you."
How much does that cost in Iceland? I ordered nail
Thanks to
polish.
Ellen for your message on Instagram, and if you would like to be featured in a future video, then all you have to do
No.
is send me a message on Instagram. I
Nope.
love connecting with you guys in my DMs and hearing what you have to say. So now let's get into the 5 things that you didn't know about gas stations in Iceland.
Come on.
So the first thing to know is that inside of a gas station is not always just a gas station. Some of the stations in Iceland have things inside, like basically a full grocery store. Some have a cafe,
That's your.
restaurant.
That's a truck stop.
Card games, souvenirs, automotive equipment, all kinds of stuff. And this is especially common for those stations that are out in the middle of nowhere. So you'll come across, like, for example, a small village where it's all in one place. So they don't have like a separate automotive store and a separate grocery store. Blah, blah, blah. It's all in one.
Sounds like Colin.
And the groceries and everything else just in one fell swoop. This comes in handy because a lot of times people are looking for a grocery store and they're thinking there's not even a grocery store in this village, but make sure to
Sounds like a truck stop. It also sounds like parts of the United States or Peninsula.
Number 2, and the complete opposite of that situation, which is some pumps have no station. Like it's a gas station without the station. This is also a common thing. So if you see a fuel station mark on my Ring Road map, and you're thinking that you're going to come up to this big station filled with all of the stuff we just mentioned, it's not always the case. Sometimes there's literally one gas pump sitting there, and nothing else. There's no inside station, there's no toilet, there's no place to pay, which is why, by the way, I always say that you should have a card with a PIN number so that you can use those pumps too. Because when there's a pump with no inside, you can't go in and sign for the amount. You have to have a PIN number. I digress. So just be prepared for the fact that not all gas stations are created equal. Number 3, these fuel stations can be few and far between. I'm thinking in comparison to driving in the US when you're on a highway and every other exit has a gas station or several. This is not the case here. Not the case at all. A lot of times you can go for a while without coming up to a fuel station, especially in the more remote parts of the country, like the West Fjords, East Fjords, some parts of the North. Sometimes you can be driving for a while, and if you're not careful, you're running dangerously low on fuel. Don't make the mistake of just risking it and getting too low, because that's not good for your vehicle, and it's not very fun to feel like you're about to be stranded without fuel. If you're sticking to the major tourist routes like Reykjavik, Golden Circle, South Coast, and Snæfellsnes, then you'll be just fine. No worries. But I always say, don't risk it. Never go below half a tank when you're driving around. All right, right, before we get to the last 2 points, I was wondering if you could let me know what are the major concerns that you have about the gas stations in Iceland. Let me know in the comments and I'll make sure that I answer them in a future video if we don't cover them. All right, so number 4 is that most gas stations will have hot dogs. I feel like this is a funny thing to be mentioning.
Hot dogs?
But it's really worth noting for a couple of reasons. Number 1, hot dogs are like the food of Iceland. Like when in doubt, an Icelandic hot dog is a really good meal to try. Number 2, hot dogs are extremely cheap. So if you're trying to travel on a budget, this could be a good way to get your meal in for the day for like $3. You can't lose. I particularly love the Icelandic hot dogs. There's just something about them that's delicious. And I highly suggest that you try them unless you're a vegan. Then don't try them. Pro tip, along with this one, is that a lot of gas stations will also have soft serve ice cream. My heart. It's very rare that when I'm road tripping in Iceland, I don't stop for a gas station ice cream. Call me crazy, but I love them. They're so delicious.
That's dirty.
The gas station soft serve ice cream is not what you're thinking. It's not like anything that you've ever had. It's way more delicious. And again, it's very cheap. So I highly suggest that you try it. And if you like chocolate, then get it dipped in chocolate because it's delicious. And the last thing that you might not know about the gas stations in Iceland is actually a really, really important part. So listen up. Never choose the fill up option on the screen. So when you come up to the pump, you're going to have the option to choose different levels of payment. 1,000 kroner, 5,000 kroner, all the way up to fill my tank. Now you might be thinking, what are you talking about, Jeannie? Why wouldn't I just let it go until my tank fills up? But if you choose this option, what it does is it fills your tank up, but it actually places a very large hold on the card that you used. I'm talking like $250 US. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why this happens, but this is something that they do when you choose the fill up option. So the way to avoid this is never choose that option. What I usually do is I usually charge between 5,000 or 10,000 at the gas pump. Whatever amount you use, and whatever you don't use, you're not charged for. So play it safe. It's a weird thing, but it's a real thing. So there you go. All right, guys. So the 5 tips in this video is just the start of what I talk about for gas stations inside of my Ring Road ebook. In there, I also talk about how exactly to use the gas pumps, prices of fuel, different things inside the gas stations. And so I highly suggest grabbing a copy of the book. It includes my beautiful Ring Road map, and it's everything that you need to travel around Iceland. So I'm going to leave a link in the description below so you can grab a copy. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today in this video. I hope you learned something. And if you found it helpful...
Yeah, I did. I know something. Don't go to Iceland out for fuel.
Inside the body. Colin, what is ultrasound? Ultrasound. You're right.
And I'm done. See you guys in a later episode.